Hello everyone, it's just finished N.Forest to West Ham United 0 in the Premiership. David Moyes' Muppet form continues. At least he's got consistency in something that he is totally lost everything at West Ham United. I mean, he's obvious he's lost the dressing room, the players, the fans, long time ago. Everything is continuing to dwindle downwards. I'm just hoping by the end of tonight that the main person in charge of all of this with the power at his hands, David Sullivan, has seen enough finally, This has got to be it for us. It's just getting painful every single game. What can I say? It's Nottingham Forest. They're not a great team in the Premier League. They got a new manager. Every player kind of knew what they were doing. It could have been a lot more than two. It wasn't. Where do I start? Let's start off with the team lineups. It's always going to come back to the transfer window, right? Always. Zuma and Agerd, one of the worst centre-back pairing in the league at the moment, and that continued. I think they got turned inside out throughout the game. Agerd got no time for that guy, as you know, and he again, like David Moyes, was consistent in this game. I felt lost his marker on a number of occasions, got turned inside out on a number of occasions, including sort of playing a great part in the goals as well. Areola, didn't think he was going to start this game, in which I felt was a very, very poor performance at Arsenal. But again, holding my hands up to the first half, he did very, very good. He saved at least 3 point-blank shots. They had about 5 on target in the first half. And obviously he kept the score down, so he is kind of okay. Kufal, Emerson, again, they're doing what they can. But obviously, if you really are an ambitious team, you wouldn't perhaps have those type of fullbacks at your club considering their age. But Emerson has had a very, very competitive, very, very good season, but sometimes you want a bit more at the business end, really. And I don't know if especially Emerson is getting a bit tired or not, but one or two other things, whether he's got the right link up. He's certainly missing Paqueta. Emerson and Paqueta together down that left side do have a very, very good relationship. It's kind of affecting him a little bit. Calvin Phillips was back in the team. Absolutely amazed me. I didn't think he was going to play any more part this season for us, but he came back in and it just didn't go for him again. I felt the second yellow was quite harsh. The first yellow was very, very childish of him, unprofessional of him. Very, very physical game. Forest gave it some good. Antonio took quite a lot of it. Alvarez was involved in a lot of it. All our team was involved. I think Zuma was in a battle with one or two of their players throughout the game, but I think it got to Calvin Phillips, and second yellow, he was off. Again, I'll question if he'll ever come back into the team again. Bowen has been largely very, very poor since, this year, and that continued. Ward-Prowse, not sure what his position is in this team. It's not what it should be. Football is a very, very simple game, right? And when I look at that lineup, it's 4-2-3-1, right? Antonio's up front. He's been shit for the past 2 years. So although he's coming back after a while, it's his first full game. He just never looked like scoring, which is what's the point of a striker. He was clean through once, totally fucked it up, right? And that's the only thing I'm interested in with Antonio. Is he going to score? Is he going to set something up? Is he going to do something for the team? He done absolutely fuck all, right? Simple as that. Going back to David Moyes, you should have bought a striker, my man. Kudos, he played on the left side, it's fine. But again, didn't really see any chemistry between him and Antonio, which is key for wingers. Interaction, any kind of mini one touches, nothing. The team's just full of defenders and CDMs. If you're going to buy Ward-Prowse, you got to play him as one of the 2 CDMs like he done at Southampton. You cannot play him as a Paqueta number 10 behind Antonio in this format. It just doesn't work. I think it was kind of a 4-3-3, which doesn't work for me either. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on. Phillips out of form, CDM, Ward-Prowse out of position, Bowen out of form, Antonio out of form, Kudos, great player, but doesn't really have anyone else to play with, interact with to make it better. Alvarez, I thought, was all right, tackling all over the pitch, doing the best he could. So you can see there's about three people who are okay. The rest are all out of form, and that is the point of the transfer window, that you shake it up. Because you look at the bench, right? Antonio goes off, brings on Cornet. He did one or two things here and there, not much after that. After that, there's nothing there. So you're telling me the next 3 months, that's all we've got from the bench. Virtually nothing to come on. Who's that got to blame? It's got to blame David Moyes. Sullivan's got to sack him. You work with Tim. You didn't bring anyone in. That's what we like to think. I mean, on the pitch, yeah, it was kind of 2-0. Could have been 3-4-0. They were at home, needing the points much more than us, and we were pretty lackluster. And it's a kind of team that needs the way we're playing at the moment. We can't score from open play. We got that very, very well. Got that penalty at Bournemouth. Apart from that, it didn't look like we were going to score in that game. It does not look like we got any creativity in the team. We don't have anything up front with a cutting edge at all. Right? You got Antonio still a winger up front. You're playing 3 CDM still in that team. You're trying to push one of them, Ward-Prowse, as a number 10. You got out of form Bowen. You got Kudos is getting more and more frustrated every game. You got back four that's fucking poor. You got Phillips who's really, really poor. It's there. So what do? You should have gone to the transfer window and bought those 2-3 players in that provided us a cutting edge. A bit of creativity, help carve out teams. Because otherwise you're just passing backwards, sideways. Instead of that precise through ball that sometimes can create a goal. You saw their striker's DNA. He latched onto it. Amazing finish there, right? And then their team kept going and going, slowing the game down, frustrating us. And then sooner or later, number 2 was going to come, and we were lucky number 3 didn't come. You look at the league standings, everyone, and we're 8th. We're dropping to 9th and 10th shortly. There's only 1 point, 2 points between 11th and 8th now. So suddenly from being 6th, when kind of the year started, we're looking at 11th quite quickly, everyone. In terms of form, everyone, which looks at the last 5 league games, we are the worst team in the whole league. Played 5, won none, drawn 2, lost 3. It was coming, we told you, and here it is now. Sullivan, if you're watching, please rescue the season. Please help the fans. Let's build some kind of momentum before Europa. Otherwise, we're just throwing everything away, and it's another season written off. And I don't think the Europa is going to come round and save our backsides this time round. Really, I ain't got the energy to say anything more. I don't want to talk about no man of the match. The problem is in the pudding. We had the window to solve all the issues, and we haven't used the window. We've made it worse than this. 4 players have gone, 1 has come in who hasn't really worked for. So you could really think that we've lost 4 players from an already struggling squad and brought none in. And there's nothing on the bench during the game to change it. There's fuck all there. Danny Ings came on. What the fuck's he going to do? Cornet, just doesn't get on with Moyes. He could have got a volley in when he came on. It just didn't connect. It's just one of those things. And no one looked happy out there. Everyone looked miserable. And the performance was miserable, right? And on to the next defeat, I think. So I'll be back this evening with a live fan show with hopefully Frankie, and we will be interacting live with you guys and taking your questions and letting the result settle in. And yeah, let's calm down a bit and talk about it later on this evening, really. And also, yeah, got time to watch the City-Chelsea game. So I'll catch up with you later on this evening, everyone. Take care.